Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Vic, the casual PES gamer. Today's video is the third installment of my gameplay review series, and the team I am reviewing today is Atalanta. Looking at the team rating, they have 4 stars overall, with a 75 defense, 79 midfield and 83 forward. In total I played 17 games, 8 wins, 4 draws and 5 losses, scoring 25 goals and conceding 17. This was a completely different experience from my previous reviews with Lazio and Manchester United because of the squad composition and formation. So let's get started by looking at the Atalanta squad and the starting 11. So this will be your default starting 11 in a 3-2-3-2 formation. In goal you have Golini, in the back 3 Josip, Palomino, Rafael Toloi. In the midfield you have Gosens, Freuler, Derun and Hateboer. Attacking midfielder is Papu Gomez. And up front you have Zapata and Ilicic. So what I did was to swap out Freuler with Malinovsky. Basically, Freuler is a really good box-to-box central midfielder. However, he does not have any particular good player skills. He's really average. He's solid, but he's average. With Malinovsky you have a different type of player, specifically because of his passing attributes. First thing is that he inspires lofted pass, and as you can see he has a better lofted pass rating than low pass rating. He also has good curl and kicking power, combined with he has weighted pass and low lofted pass. So what he did for me was to give me the ability to switch play from one side of the pitch to the other, because Atalanta really relies on their wingers, on Gosens and Hateboer, or whoever is playing on the wing. And to be able to switch the ball from one side to another, you need a good passer, obviously. Freuler did not have those skills. Malinovsky has. Also, his partner in the midfield, Derun, is kind of the same type of player. However, he is a box-to-box player, but he has good passing skills. He also has the through ball playing skill. So with these two in the midfield, you can really spray the ball all over the place, switch play from left to right and vice versa, and you can get the attacks moving much faster than you could with Freuler or with Pasalic. So I actually didn't change that much on the team. It was Malinovsky in the midfield. In the back 3 I also did a little adjustment. I benched Josip in favor of Caldara, and then I pushed Palomino out to the left because he's left-footed. I put Caldara in the middle with Toloi on the right. So this was my starting back 3 in most games. However, I also used Josip in some games where one of these three couldn't play because of bad form. I also used Tamese in the defense. He is originally a defensive midfielder, but he fits really well as a central back. And we can take a quick look at the bench before I focus on the attacking players. You have Sportiello as the backup goalie. He is actually rated higher than the starting goalie, so you can use any of those two. Another very useful bench player was Castagne, who actually signed for Leicester this offseason, so he will not be available in this team in PES 2021, but he is basically a decent winger. He has 77 rating, which is on par with Hateboer and Gosens, who are the starting wingers. And the thing with Castagne is he can play both wings equally good. You also have Muriel as a forward. I will get back to him after presenting the starting 3 attackers. So let's take a look at the offense, where you have 4 really good players. 3 are starting and 1 is on the bench. Let's start with the attacking midfielder, who is Papu Gomez. A solid offensive player with a lot of good skills. He's a creative playmaker. He inspires dribble, he inspires low pass and lofted pass. And as you can see, he has some good passing skills, some very good ball control and dribbling skills. He also has some curl, good balance, acceleration and kicking power, so you can do a lot of stuff with him. He also has a good left weak foot, and his player skills are really solid. What you could do with Papu Gomez, which I didn't do, is use him as the right midfielder or left midfielder, because if you do that, you can pull Ilicic down in the attacking midfielder role, and you can put in Muriel alongside Zapata, and then you can field all these 4 star players at once. However, I did not think of that until now, so I did not try it, but I would definitely recommend you to try it, because using Gomez, for example, as the right midfielder, you can use his passing skills and pinpoint crossing to try to hit Zapata, who is a really solid box player, target man type of player, who has excellent finishing and heading skills, so you'll basically get a lot of chances that way and probably score a lot of goals. And if we take a look at Zapata right away, as I said, a target man, 85 rated, so really solid base skills, very good finishing, very good heading. He has very good speed as well for a big guy, that's really surprising. Good physical contact and good kicking power. So you can play long balls up to him, either head them down, or you could also just take the ball down, turn around and play it through. Zapata actually has through passing player skill, and it really helps to have those short through passes to Ilicic and to Gomez and have them be on point, not too far, not too short. And as you can see, he has the heading player skill, he can acrobatic finish, he can first time shoot. Alongside Zapata you have Ilicic. Ilicic is originally an attacking midfielder. As you can see, he can basically play everywhere up front, and he inspires low pass and lofted pass, left footed, good ball control, good dribbling, decent passing skills, decent finishing, good curl. He has some speed but not too much, and as you can see, his player skills are really focused on the shooting. So let's take a look at Muriel, who starts on the bench usually, but you can also start him in games where one of the 2 forwards are not in form. Muriel is your typical forward. He has a little bit of skill, a little bit of dribbling skill. He is not very good at passing, but he can finish, and he has good speed. And you can see he also has through passing, which is a really good skill to have. So he's a solid bench player. He can come in late in games and give you some speed up front. So to summarize, this was my starting 11 in most games. Golini in goal, Palomino, Caldera, Toloi as the back 3. In the midfield I have Gusens, Malinovsky, Derun and Hateboer. Papu Gomez as the attacking midfielder, and up front I had Zapata and Ilicic. And what you could do, if you would like to try to experiment with Papu Gomez as a winger, you could put him on the right, then you have Ilicic attacking midfield, and then you put Muriel up front, and then your team would look like this. And you see Papu Gomez is still a 82 rated right midfielder, so he is basically better than Hateboer. So let's talk a little bit about the way I played with this team. With this formation, you basically can play a lot of short passing, possession football, try to open up space, and that's what I tried to do. I also tried to get the ball as quickly and safely as I could up to Gomez, because when Gomez has the ball, he will create a lot of movement from teammates, and then I could basically choose where I wanted to play. I could play it out on the wing, I could play it back again to Derun or Malinovsky and have them spray the ball, or I could play it through up front to the strikers. Zapata is a really good target man, so you can play lofted passes to him and then have him head the ball through, or you also can have him take the ball with him to try to open up some space. He's also really good on counters, so it's basically if you have some space to counter, try to get Zapata through on goal. With Ilicic, he is very similar to Gomez. Both are creative playmakers, and when you pass the ball to him, he will inspire a lot of movement from his teammates. So my main strategy was basically trying to get the ball to either Gomez or Ilicic and then see what kind of movement and openings I would get. What you could do with Ilicic, he has some really good shooting skills. I actually did manage to score a long-range drive with him, as you can see here. That's the first time I've been able to score with that type of shot with anyone, so that was a lot of fun. He's also really good on free kicks. I did score a free kick with him, I scored a free kick with Gomez. So let's talk a little bit about the set pieces. As the long free kick taker, I used Gomez, even though Malinovsky has better skill. Gomez was also the short free kick taker. The corner kicks, I also used Gomez. I did create some chances on corner kicks and scored a couple of goals. As you can see, when players to join the attack on set pieces, you actually have some options here. Zapata is the main guy. He will be up front anyway, so you don't need to choose him. But I did choose Palomino, and I chose Caldara and Toloi. And when one of these guys didn't play, I also used the room. So to summarize, it turned out Atalanta was a fun team to play with. Not so much in the first games, but as I got a hang of it, it became really fun because I could play one or two strategies that turned out to work. And I did win a lot of games. Actually, the final game I played, I turned a 0-2 deficit around to a 3-2 win. And I wanted to show you some highlights from that game. We can call it Game of the Day. And let's take a look at that now. So to summarize, I would give Atalanta also a 4 out of 5 rating, as I did with the two previous teams I reviewed. I could compare Atalanta to Lazio in a lot of ways. The formation is almost the same, except on Lazio you have a defensive midfielder in Leiva, but with Atalanta you have the offensive midfielder. And with Atalanta I couldn't do as many crosses as I did with Lazio. However, it was a lot of fun either way to play with this team. I hope you enjoyed this review. Do you play with Atalanta, and what are your tactics and style of play? Do you have any tips to share with me or with the audience? Please leave a comment below if you do. For my next review I have not chosen a team yet because PES 2021 is launching this Monday in 3 days. So I will wait a little bit before I decide which teams, but I want to do reviews on a lot of South American teams. I want to do all the top teams in Europe, and I think it's a lot of fun to play with different teams. It really gives this game a lot of depth. Compared to myClub, there's a whole another dynamic when playing with original teams and playing online. I would definitely recommend everyone to play some friendly games or quick matches online with original teams. It's so much fun compared to playing myClub. So I hope you want to stick around for my reviews on PES 2021 and consider subscribing for more videos like this. I will also try to make some other content as well, but for now I will concentrate on these gameplay reviews. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.